at the University of Durban, Westville. His faculty is law. Brothers and sisters, I'd like you to meet our chairman, Brother Muhammad Salim Khan. Brother Salim.
Thank you. Peace be upon you and the mercy of God. This, translated into Arabic, reads, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, that this symposium is God ordained is indisputable by all those who believe in God. This begs the question, why are we present here? Why is it that of the millions of people in this world, you in particular have been destined to attend this symposium? The definite answer to that question rests with Allah alone. However, this does not preclude us from questioning, from inquiring, in order to establish the purpose of your attendance here this afternoon. For it is only through serious inquiry, positive questioning, can one aspire to enlightenment and thence appreciate the greatness of our Creator. To my mind, ladies and gentlemen, and I submit this respectfully, we are here this afternoon to be educated and possibly to educate. The path to education is one paved with humility. In order to aspire to any great heights in education, in any facet or in any sphere, one must be able to acquire certain characteristics. Firstly, one must be able to shed off the bondage of skepticism. One must be able to shed off the bonds of subjectivity. One must be able to analyze issues objectively. Ladies and gentlemen, that objectivity is important, is trite. However, immaterial how compelling an argument is, if a person does not want to accept, if he does not want to accept a conversion of his ideas or beliefs, he will not be converted. For Allah clearly indicates in the Holy Quran that it is for Him to convert ideas, it is for Him to convert ideals. I'm not suggesting, ladies and gentlemen, that one should reject or abandon one's innate beliefs. What I'm merely submitting is that one should not allow one's innate beliefs and one's subjectivity to prevent one from analyzing someone else's belief, from analyzing someone else's argument, even if ultimately it resulted in the rejection of this other person's argument. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a gathering, a symposium of goodwill. It is a coming together of different religions, Islam, Christianity, and possibly aspects relating to Judaism. That these religions are similar begs of no doubt. They are like peas in the same pod, yet they are characterized by certain differences. It is hoped that in symposiums of this nature, in conferences and in discussions, there will be a resolve effectuated to these differences. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasant task of being chairman this afternoon. It is indeed our privilege to have with us this afternoon our very own Mr. Ahmad Deedat, an eminent scholar of religion, a person who is responsible for a number of publications, an author of publications, a person of international repute, one who has especially in recent days acquired great renown. It is also our privilege to have a visitor from Canada who will be introduced to yourselves in due course. He too is a very prominent personality, one whose reputation precedes him, and we shall have the benefit of his knowledge this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Mr. Ahmad Deedat.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Mr. Chairman and brethren, Bodley, B-O-D-L-E-Y, Bodley, the American, in his book, The Messenger, he gives the relative strength of two of the mightiest religious forces on earth today, those of Islam and Christianity. He doesn't give us figures. He does not tell us that the Muslims today number 1,000 million and the Christians 1,200 million. But what he says is that these Muslims and Christians who are competing for the allegiance of mankind, that he says, that there are more professing Christians in the world than professing Muslims. Meaning that the number of people who tick off on census forms as Christians, there will be more of that than those who tick themselves off as Muslims. That there are more professing Christians in the world than professing Muslims. But, he says, there are more practicing Muslims in the world than practicing Christians. If I said this on my own account, blowing my own trumpet, would not have carried much weight. It makes me happy to quote an outsider, an American and a Christian at that. What is really the difference between Islam and Christianity? I may share with you that Islam is the only non-Christian faith which makes it an article of faith for its followers to believe in Jesus. No Muslim is a Muslim if he does not believe in Jesus. What he is made to believe is that Jesus Christ was one of the mightiest messengers of God. He is made to believe that he was the Messiah. He is made to believe that he was born miraculously without any male intervention, which many modern day Christians do not believe today. And he is made to believe, the Muslim is made to believe that Jesus Christ, he gave life to the dead by God's permission, and he healed those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. He gets all this from his book of authority, the Holy Quran. It is your privilege to get one. The MYM bookstall in the corner there, they are selling them for 5 rands each. 2,000 pages, an encyclopedia of 2,000 pages for 5 rands each. You will agree with me, this is very, very cheap. And if you can't afford it, Muslim as well as non-Muslim, you can write to the Islamic Propagation Center and tell us that, look, I'm earning 500 rands a month, but I can't afford a Quran, and you will get one by return post. Tell us why we should give you one for nothing. I'm not talking about the cultists, the born-again missionary. Look, he must pay for it, as we have to pay for the Bibles from the Bible house. But I'm talking about the general public. If you're interested in knowing the Quran, and if you can't afford it, write for one and get one free. Now, the points of real difference. What are the only points of real differences between the Muslim and the Christian are these.